dedicate this to my late wife. Today would have been our 47th anniversary. We were together for 50 years, and she died suddenly of a stroke 2 years ago. So it's for you, Mayor. About 25 or 30 years ago, I did a one-man play called At Home in the Universe, which was a serious but a comic play about how religion and technology have shaped each other for 10,000 years. And I aged 10,000 years during it. So I won't do that here because it would break the screen, but this was the last scene. And it kind of summarizes what I was trying to say in that play. And goes a little something like this. In fact, it goes a lot like this. Oh, it's your old friend Santa Claus. Oh, boys and girls, it's so nice to see you all again. Oh, I've missed you so much. You know, I've been thinking lately. I have a lot of time to think these days. I've been thinking about how we've had a very long and complex history together, haven't we? When you was young'uns, you thought I was a real old man. And you knew I had a long white beard and a bright red coat and a big back belt and went, ho, ho, ho. But then, you know, you aged and you turned 7 or 8 or 9 and you stopped believing in me. And it used to make old Sandy feel so sad. I'd be sitting there in the department store with your little brother or sister on my lap, and you'd be hanging back in the toy department, and you'd look at me and you'd scowl and you'd say, bah, humbug, you know, Sandy. But life goes on. You kept on growing. Eventually, you had little children of your own. And it used to make old Sandy feel so good. I'd look in the windows there at midnight and I'd see you sitting there putting together the toys for your kids. You'd become Sandy. You'd internalize Sandy. And only then would you come to understand the true meanings of the words, batteries not included. Oh, old Sandy never forgot the batteries, did he? No, sirree. Oh, mustn't laugh. I don't have the bladder control that I used to have. Did you ever notice how your individual story with me is like your collective story with God? We're a lot alike, you know, the old candy man up in the sky and the old gift bringer here from the North Pole. There was a time when people believed God was a real old man with a long white beard and a long white robe sitting up there on a marble throne. And one day, old Galileo, he turned his telescope up to the sky and he said, I don't see no marble throne. So immediately you said, oh, there ain't no God then. You went right from your mythic phase to your materialist phase. And now, boys and girls, you got to enter your mature phase. It's time that you internalize God, same as the way you internalized me once. Well, too late for me. I've come to say farewell. I'm heading off to that little cabin at the South Pole while there's still some ice left. Truth is, I was forced into retirement, re-engineered out of my job. What happened, you see, was about 40 years ago, kids stopped wanting toys made of wooden plastics where they had to imagine things. Instead, they wanted electronic toys to entertain them passively. Well, that meant I had to retool the production line. I had to borrow money, I had to leverage the business. And now my partners, Stantco Enterprises International, a publicly traded global operation, they engineered my ouster. They said I was too selfish, only coming once a year. Imagine, calling old Sandy's too selfish. They said people should think every day is Christmas. Their motto is infinite consumption of finite resources. I said, that won't work in the long run. They said, damn the long run. I said, you can't say damn the long run where kids is concerned. And they said, then damn the kids. Damn the kids. Do you believe that? I don't know what's going on no more. Oh yeah, they also said I had no business mixing morality with my merchandising. Remember when you was little, I used to ask if you'd been naughty or not. Can't ask no more. Unconstitutional. Don't ask, don't tell. Brats got rights too. Right, schmite. Doesn't anybody have responsibilities anymore? So now you'll notice that every Christmas, the bags for the rich kids are getting bigger and bigger, and the bags for the poor kids are getting smaller and smaller. Too few got too much, too many got too little. What happened to you? You used to have just a crackerjack public library system, public school system, public health system, public work system, and now it's all gone, just gone. Instead, you got your personal trainer, your personal identification number, and your personal computer, and your personal digital assistant, and Jesus is your personal savior. You got to stop thinking about me so much and start to think again about we. See, this ain't rocket science. There, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Never told you before. Of course, you always knew that I went around the world one night a year on Christmas Eve. But you never knew I went back around the second time, the next night on Christmas night. And every Christmas night, I'd come back and look in all the windows of the world, and I'd see what the kids was doing with their new toys. And in some windows, it made old Sandy feel so happy to see the boys and girls sharing nicely. It made me feel so good. But in other windows, I'd see the boys and girls that was stingy and selfish, and it made me feel so bad. Well, you know, now that you're adults, tools is your toys. Except now they're for grown-ups like you. They ain't for gimme and gotcha. They're for teaching and healing and building and mending. Tools enable you. It's up to you to ennoble yourself or endanger yourself with them. You got to start thinking about that for the long run, because you ain't kids no more. The old candy man in the sky and the old gift bringer from the North Pole, we both hoped we served you very well when you was kids. Now the sky's got a hole in it and the North Pole's warm to slush. And that weren't our doing. You're all grown up now. Act like it. You want to show your appreciation to Santa for me and for God and all the years of faithful service we done you? Then in your hearts, pray for peace. And with your tools, work for justice. Bye-bye. All you lovely children all around the world, and all your children and all their children. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Oh, oh, oh.